Welcome to Studs and Duds. This is a weekly episode series where I cover who is hot and who is not in the last 7 days of Major League Baseball play. For this, I like to do 4 position players, 1 starting pitcher, and 1 bullpen guy. This week, we see a lot of star players who are having great weeks as well as guys who are in slumps. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get started with the duds for the week. First up, we got Aaron Judge. This week in 24 at-bats, he struck out more than half the time with a staggering 14 Ks. He also has a 125 average and a 160 on-base percentage in the span. This is a guy who we have seen dominate for years now when healthy, so I have no doubt in my mind he will pick it up. Next up, we got Randy Arozarena. He's having a bad season so far in general. This week in particular, he has a slash line of .074 and an on-base of 167, with 11 strikeouts. He has a terrible .074 slugging percentage that matches his average. This tells us he is not hitting the ball when he actually makes contact. About a month in, it's not looking good for Randy. Zach Neto is not having the worst week on our list, but it is not great either. Because in 24 at-bats, he is hitting 125 with a 192 on-base percentage with 11 strikeouts. The only redeeming quality he has this week is the insane glove and baseball IQ he shows on defense. When you have that, you'll always have a spot on a major league roster. The young guy just needs to pick up the hitting. I'm sure everyone has seen that clip of Corey Seager getting destroyed by Chris Sale by now. That pretty much encapsulates the week he's had. In 25 at-bats, he is hitting 200 with the same on-base percentage as he has not taken a walk in that span. He's only struck out 3 times, which isn't bad, but he is having a great year. This is just a bad week for him. Kyle Hendricks. Kyle Hendricks has an ERA of 12 on the season. He has been bad. This week in 8 innings, he's allowed 11 total runs. It is sad to see this because he's been a guy for the Cubs for years, but everyone on Twitter talks about him like he's a dog about to be put down. It's kind of wild. People are saying, I think it's time for Kyle Hendricks. It's time to move on. He looks to be on his way out of Major League Baseball if he keeps playing like this. He just looks really bad. My last dud, which is dud of the week, is Gregory Soto. The former All-Star only managed to pitch 1/3 of an inning and got shelled for 5 runs against the Rockies. He has been good this year, only giving up 1 run total in every outing before this, but he will be fine. It's just a bad day. Those are our duds for the week. Now for your favorite part. I have to start this list off with Travis d'Arnaud. Although he's only had 15 at-bats this week, he outperformed everyone in that span. He slashed .333 with a .474 on-base percentage, and not only that, he had 4 home runs, including a 3-home run game where he hit a go-ahead grand slam. He is my stud of the week for sure. Next up, we have another week of another Orioles young stud. Jordan Westburg in 23 at-bats has slashed .478 with a .500 on base. He also hit 2 homers and has 8 RBIs. Westburg looks like he might be a great piece for the Orioles' future. Ketel Marte has had himself a week, hitting .419 with a .441 on base and 31 at-bats. He has 2 homers and 5 RBIs to go along with that. I don't really think it's far-fetched to say he's a star in the league because he really showed that last postseason, and he's ready to do it again as he's hitting .340 on the season in 94 at-bats. Shohei Ohtani has gotten on base a lot this week with a .577 on-base percentage. He hit 1 homer that put him in the #1 spot for most homers in MLB history by a Japanese-born player, so huge congratulations is in order. He also showed off the wheels by stealing 3 bags. We really need to appreciate what we're watching here because we are watching the greatest baseball player of all time. He is truly once in a lifetime. Tanner Houck makes the list after tossing the elusive complete game shutout. With a 1.35 season ERA, he might be on Cy Young watch. 9 innings of work, he allowed 3 hits with no walks and had 9 strikeouts. He was electric. Finally, out of the pen, we have Kirby Yates. In 5 innings, he's allowed 1 walk and 1 hit and gave up no runs. He has also converted 3 save opportunities and got a win in that span. He was lights out this week. He's had a 0 ERA in 10 innings of work this season, and that is huge for the Rangers because they need their bullpen to perform, and he has been phenomenal. Well, there's my list for the week. Yeah, I know, I missed somebody, so go ahead and let me know in the comments. But anyways, thank you for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. I'll see you guys later.